Hello everybody and welcome back to the Sir Alex Ferguson Challenge on Football Manager 2019. Now I hope you enjoyed the last episode, and there's been a few fixtures that have happened in between this one and the last, and it's fair to say things are a bit hit and miss at the minute. So the first match that we had after that 3-0 defeat away to Manchester City was a 2-1 home victory against Southampton. We took a 19th minute lead from a goal from Marko Arnautovic. We went 2-0 up in the 71st minute. I believe it was Yarmolenko got the goal. A nice through ball from Jack Wilshere and an excellent finish there by Yarmolenko. They did get one back in the 76th minute. Shane Long with the cross in here. And Adam Unas was at the back post. I have no idea what the defender and goalkeeper were doing there. That was the 77th minute. It did lead to a bit of an edgy last 15 or so, but we managed to come away with the victory. We then had an incredibly disappointing 1-0 away defeat at Crystal Palace. It was a 55th minute goal. Jeffrey Schlupp here with the ball in, and Alexander Sørloth gave them the goal there. And this game was just one that it just got away from us. Nothing really happened for either side. They got their goal, we didn't get ours. Tough luck. We then had a 1-1 home draw to Newcastle United, and this was a particularly disappointing performance, really. You know, going by the match stats, it was quite an even game, but just before half time or just after, Newcastle United took the lead through a Divock Origi goal. They actually missed a penalty in the 54th minute. In the 89th minute, we managed to get our equaliser. Masuaku with a header over for Arnautovic. Their defender missed a crucial interception that led to our goal, and we were very fortunate actually to get a point out of this. And finally, there was a 3-3 draw against Watford. We were 2-0 up in this game. Our first came inside 2 minutes. Arnautovic connecting to a Felipe Anderson cross. In the 32nd minute, we had some good play down the left-hand side from Creswell, and Arnautovic getting himself another goal in the 32nd minute. But then, bad things started happening. Dermissy crosses for Andre Gray to get them back to 2-1. Sorry, not quite level. And then Kiko gets a cross in, back post to Gray, 2-2. And then he completed his hat-trick in the 86th minute. Excellent challenge there, but an absolutely awful back pass from Declan Rice to Fabianski gave them the hat-trick. But we literally went up the other end and managed to get the equaliser after being 2-0 up. An absolutely superb goal from Mark Noble. He's our captain. He's been performing quite well for us, and that was needed. I was bouncing off the walls when it went 3-2 down. I was really disappointed. Andre Gray is, of course, a decent striker, but he shouldn't be getting hat-tricks against us when we're 2-0 up. I had changed things to make us more defensively. We weren't attacking anymore, which might have been the issue, actually. But yeah, so we've played, 4 or 5 games? We played 4 games, won 1, drew 2, and lost 1, which isn't so bad for someone in the bottom 3. And as you can see, we are still there on 15 points. Above Cardiff now. Leicester is still bottom, but we're in touching distance of 3 or 4 teams there. So I'm not worried about relegation yet. But of course, that leads us to today. We are playing Brighton Hove Albion away from home. And we are going to start with Lucas Fabianski in goal. Ryan Fredericks has been absolutely awful at right back, so Paulo Zabaleta is going to get in ahead of him. Aaron Creswell will be our left back. Centre halves are going to be Issa Diop and Reece Oxford. I'm just chucking him straight in. Reece Oxford, he's fantastic. He's only 20 years old. He's got a lot of room to improve. I don't see the point in trying to pursue Winston Reid or Angelo Ogbonna or Balbuena when they're not part of my long-term plans. Which actually brings us to Winston Reid. He came to me saying he really wanted to leave. He needed a new challenge. So I offered him out, and West Brom have come in with a 19 million initial fee and 20.5 million with additional clauses. So Winston Reid, he's been a good servant for West Ham. He's been here many years now, but he will be leaving for West Brom in the January transfer window, which of course leaves us with £26 million in our transfer budget and 100k spare wages, which is just mwah. Right, defensive midfield. I want Declan Rice, who is suspended for this game. Guilavogui is injured for this game, so Mark Noble is going to go in at defensive midfield. Pedro Obiang will be our right central midfielder, and Jack Wilshere will be our left central midfielder. Yarmolenko will go on the right hand side of our attack. Felipe Anderson will go on the left, and Marko Arnautovic will start up top. We'll have Ryan Fredericks, Lucas, Masuaku, Sanchez, Ogbonna, Chicharito and Nolito on the bench. I have changed our tactical style of fluid counter-attack, but made some changes myself. We are playing in a positive style now rather than attacking, so I found ourselves being left a bit too open without actually creating anything either. We're not, although we do have some talented attacking players, we're not actually creating the opportunities in the system we were using, so hopefully the changes I've made will lead to better results going forward. But they're playing 4-5-1, our face pack's working now, which is absolutely fantastic. Let's get into the game. First highlight of the game, 25 minutes in, and of course it's a free kick for Brighton, and it goes into the back of the net. As we can say, as simple as you like, free kick to back post, Duffy, completely unmarked. I'm going to have to look at our set pieces, because that was absolutely ridiculous. They were all just in a line. That wasn't even zonal marking really, that was nothing. Creswell's got the ball on the left hand side here, he finds Wilshere in the box, back out to Mark Noble. We've got options, he takes the strike on, gets a deflection I think, and Matthew Ryan tips it over the bar. Aaron Creswell with a good win in the air, but it falls back to Brighton's players. Izquierdo comes forward now, takes a strike, and it's well wide. And as you can see by the match stats, we are really, really struggling here. We're not creating opportunities, we're not taking them. Ugh, I can't. Made some changes and we'll kick off for the second half, shooting from left to right this time. 65 minutes in now, and absolutely nothing is happening in this game. Jack Wilshere's just picked himself up an injury, so he'll make a substitution. Carlos Sanchez will come on in his place. He cannot do Masala. He's going to have to play a ball with a midfielder. Oh, this is sad, really. And Arnautovic is not having a good game. We'll get Chicharito on up front. Yarmolenko's not having a good game either. We'll get Lucas on in his place. Highlight now. Free kick for Brighton again. Can we get this clear? No, we can't. We'll just give away a penalty instead. Because why wouldn't you? And it looks like Aaron Creswell's going to get sent off, is he? And that's the second yellow card for Aaron Creswell. We are down to 10 men. Mark Noble's going to have to shift along. Actually, Mark Noble can't play left back. We'll put Obiang there. He's a bit more physically well-rounded. And it looks like it's going to be another defeat for West Ham. And there it is. Locadia gets the second goal for Brighton from the penalty spot. We just haven't been at the races today, really. We performed better in the games off camera, definitely. Even in the draws, you know. But look at that. Brighton have really dominated this match, and we haven't really been a part of it. Have we had a highlight? I don't think we have. One go our favour. Lucas coming in off his right hand side. Can we work something here? We did have space on the left. Oh my god, what an awful pass. Diop. Sanchez now in the centre. He's got Obiang overlapping on the left hand side. He finds Felipe Anderson. Back to Obiang. We're working something here. Oh, why do I speak? Andonia now coming forward. Whatever his name is on the right hand side for Brighton, gets the ball in. Andonia Gross. Oh man. Pascal Grob. Well, whatever his name is. The two combine and they make it 3-0. Another 3-0 defeat on a live comment. I know everyone talks about Proudy being the one that gets sacked all the time, but we might be the first to do it on video. And that's going to be that for this match. 94 minutes now. And come on, ref, just put us out of our misery. Lucas, get rid. And that's it. Yeah, Brighton 3, West Ham 0. I might have to go back to the drawing board with my tactic, I think. So we struggle so much in attacking positions in particular. We're not really creating anything. Manuel Lanzini has just come back from an injury. He's unregistered at the minute. But 5 to 11 days and he'll be back. I'm thinking of maybe going to 4-5-1 with the attacking midfielder rather than the defensive. We could play Jack Wilshere there in the meantime. Yeah, he'd be an okay advanced playmaker there. I think I'll have everyone supporting behind the complete forward. And if I was to play this system, Declan Rice would probably come into the central midfield. He's not exactly comfortable there just yet, but I could train him there, get him more accomplished. What would I want? I don't want a Carolero. I think I'd pick central midfielder defend. So I'd have one box to box, one central midfielder on defend. I'd reduce me wing backs back to full backs. Maybe see how this goes. Maybe instead of the box to box, we'll play a deep line playmaker on defend as well. And maybe have the central midfielder on support. I don't know. we'll have to have a fiddle about with it anyway, but I'm not really happy with how the fixtures have gone so far. We've played, 6 games now? We haven't looked good in any of them, really. The Southampton game we did win, but they came into the game in a big way in the second half. And even that Watford game where we were 2-0 up. As soon as we went 2-0, we just collapsed, you know. But anyway, the next episode, it will be the complete January. So we will be doing, well, we'll not be live commenting any of these games. We'll just be going through the results as and when they happen. But we've got a lot to think about in terms of player recruitment, really. I really want a right back. That's one of my key areas where I feel like we need to improve if we're going to get ourselves out of this scrap. As you can see here, central defensively, we're okay. Left back, Creswell, I'm really happy with Creswell. But right back, our depth's shocking, really. Particularly with Pablo Zabaleta being our most highly rated one. Central midfielder, we do have some depth and we're quite comfortable there. Same with attack midfield, centre and left and right. They can all switch about in that position. Marko Arnautovic might be one who leaves in the January transfer window. He is wanted by Barcelona and Arsenal now. So we might have to look at a striker. I might even look at a striker anyway, try and get rid of Javier Hernandez. Just doesn't look that good on this year's game. He's got some key stats, particularly for the Porto role, but it's not something I'm really interested in, to be honest. But yeah, we'll cover all that in the January transfer episode anyway. Well, there it is. Another 3-0 live com defeat. This time it was against Brighton. Man City, you can understand. Brighton, you cannot. So a big episode coming up next time, of course. It will be the January transfer window. We do have 20 odd million pounds to spend and a lot of players which we could sell to raise further funds. But I think it's going to have to be a big one if we're... I don't want to say we're at threat of getting relegated just yet. I still think this team, the quality of the players should very much get out of it. It's whether I can stay in the job while I'm doing it. If you have enjoyed today's video, please consider leaving a like. And if you're enjoying the FM19 beta, get yourself subscribed because there'll be plenty more coming. But until next time, take it easy.